Hey guys, welcome back. Gonna fish this little bitty tiny pond out here. I'll throw this little bitty flat-sided red crawl crankbait out and see if we can get us a big fish. I've caught about a 7-pound bass in here before, so we've had a few days of warm weather, so we're gonna try to see if we can't get us another nice fish out of here. There's one. Little guy. Okay, got that crankbait though, both hooks. That was about our fifth cast this morning. I'm trying to get him on a hook without getting hook in my finger. There you go, guys, a nice little pond bass. We've had I think it's a little over a week ago, this pond was completely frozen over. And we've had about a week of warm weather. Been in the 70s, so trying to see if these fish the water's warmed up enough to get these fish a little active. We're just out here throwing this little H2O Express flat-sided crankbait, a good cold water bait to use. And let's see if we can pick up a few fish this morning when we're got a few hours to fish. Oh gosh. Guys, I'm really cool. Let me just wait. Cool thing about this pond is during the summertime, this whole edge will be covered in this. I'm not sure what kind of grass it is, but in the wintertime it'll kind of die off, and the stems will be still down there on the bottom. And I like either a lipless or a little shallow diving crankbait, something that'll kind of nick the top of the grass. And a lot of times you can get a reaction bite from these fish just by having your bait kind of tick the top of that grass when you rip it free, cause a reaction strike. We're almost here at the end of February. Tomorrow's the last day of the month, and one of my early spring or pre-spawn baits is a red crawl. There's one. Oh, that one feels like a better one. Oh, he ain't too much bigger. No, he's smaller. He fought hard in that last one though. Just another little tiny guy. Oh, don't do that. Another little tiny guy, we're gonna let him go. What I was saying is, I'm sure a lot of you know that like a red crawl bait like this, it's a little flat-sided crankbait, or especially a lipless is honestly one of my favorite ones to throw in the spring. And a red crawl, I don't know what it is about the red color in the early spring and the late fall, but it's always catches fish. And I'm not sure what it is actually that makes the fish so attracted to it in the early spring. I don't know if it's maybe it shines good in that little bit of dirtier water we get in the springtime. See if there's one right here on the edge of this grass right here. Oh god, there's a stump. Oh no, there's a fish on there. There's a fish. There's a fish. I felt like I was hung up. That's a better one. Biggest one of the morning right there. I don't know if there's a stump right there or something, but it was sure right there on the front of that little grass right there. Felt like I was hung up there for a minute. Oh. Little crankbait's getting the job done this morning. That little nice pond bass right there. Top of his mouth's red and little crushers in the back made there. Feed him some little crawls in here. Let's let this guy go. Oh, there he goes. That fish hit it. Felt like it was stuck on a stump. Oh, there it was a stump. Look, I got a little piece of the wood from the stump right there on the tip of my hook. Oh, there's another one sitting over there. Let's back up a little bit and try to cast again. Just check our line for any frays. Oh, we're good. Oh, there's a good one. Oh, yes. There's the one we wanted. Oh, God, don't break me off. Don't break me off. Don't break me off. Oh, my God, that's a big one. That's a big fish. Oh, gosh. Come here, come here. Oh, my gosh, look at that fish. I told you I caught a freaking giant out of here. Look at that fish. That is a giant. Whew. I got to get a picture real quick of this guy. Look at this giant we just caught. Let me set you guys down. Look at this fish. About a 5-pound bass right there. 4.5-pound bass. Look at the mouth on it. Look at that fish. That is crazy. Came out here this morning. The water's been warm this week. Warming up. Get you guys set right. The water's been warm all week. Not the water. The weather's been warm all week and warming up this water. Throwing this little flat-sided crankbait around this pond. This little bitty tiny pond. It's probably about my second biggest fish I've caught out of this pond. It's a nice, healthy. Look at that. Look at the gut on that. Nice pre-spawn bass. Let her get aired back up. Get some air back in her and let her swim off. I thought she was gonna break me off there for a second. It's crazy. Let's get one more look at it real quick. Look at that fish. There she goes. Alright guys, we were just gonna change this bait, but I think I'm gonna use it a little bit longer since we just caught that big one. But one of my tips for fishing small ponds like this is kind of change your baits out every so often when you're fishing, because the fish will see it over and over again if you're making repeated casts in the same area. So kind of switch your baits up sometimes, and sometimes it'll help you catch a little extra fish. Oh my God. There's one. Golly, he was super shallow, and that's not a bad fish at all. Oh God, that's another good fish. Oh God. I was not expecting that one on that cast at all. Because that was crazy. I don't know if you guys heard me on the camera. I said uh-oh, because I made a pretty bad cast and some, I don't even know how deep the water was right there, probably not even a foot. I was just running through that grass trying not to get hung up, and this guy hit it. That's a pretty looking fish. Look how red his mouth is. That was a pretty crazy catch. Let this guy go in this clear water. Show you how these fish get these pretty colors in this clear water. There it goes, slow little swim off. Like I was saying in that, when I caught that one, I cast it right up there on the little edge, and I didn't think it was going to be a good, we had a pretty bad cast. I was just trying to help me get this bait back through so I wouldn't get hung up, and he hit it right up in some shallow water, probably not even a foot of water. There's, oh, he hit it, short striked it. God, look at the colors on this guy. Look at the lateral line on that little guy. There he goes. Alright guys, we're calling it a morning. We fished for about an hour. The whole time we fished, we threw this little flat-sided red claw crankbait, and it runs about 2 to 4 feet, maybe a little bit deeper. But the water's still kind of cool. It's warming up definitely, but I went ahead and used this flat-sided because it had a little tighter wobble and looks more natural in this colder water. We mainly focused along fishing along the bank, along the little grass that was there and the little dead grass stems that were in the water. We did catch that big one. We were lucky enough to catch that nice big one. I think it was about 5 pounds, so that was exciting. And it shows that I think it was last summer is when I caught that last big one, and it was about 7 pounds. So I want to try to come out this morning and see if we couldn't catch a big one, and we were lucky enough to catch that 5 pounder. But thank you all for watching.